all the time. All right, enough of that.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Clear minds.
It's time for a call for help. And Chris is on the line from, and you better pronounce this for me, is it Antipolo?
Antipolo.
Antipolo City in the Philippines. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Leo. Hi, Father Robert.
It's great to see you. Welcome to the show. Look at that beautiful artwork. Is that from somebody in your family? That's beautiful.
That's my wife. My wife's.
She's a talented artist. I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just a cross stitch made by my wife.
So what can we do for you?
Okay, so I'm currently subscribed to internet plan that limits me to a certain gigabyte per month. And lately, I noticed that I've been reaching the limit significantly faster than usual. So what used to take me about a month to use up all the limit now just took me less than 2 weeks. And so what I did was I signed up for a booster plan that extended it for another 10 gigabyte, activated it around 10 a.m. On a weekend, and it has reached 6 gigabytes by 5 p.m.
Oh man!
So
you're almost out again.
Yeah, and I did not stream any movies that day. I limited the network to allow connection to 4 devices only, PC, Windows, and PC, to mobile phone and tablet, mainly used for browsing and occasional games, perhaps. And the PC might have downloaded an update, mobile.
Well, and as you know,
but that's just about it.
Are you running Windows 8, 9, 10, 11?
Windows 10.
Yeah. So so there was a big update. You know, there was a several gigabyte update for the fall update for Windows 10.
Okay.
So first of all, a couple of things I want to say, and I'm going to let you take over. Shameful. 50 gigabytes a month is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I use that a day.
And many of the internet, now I don't know what the situation is in the Philippines, but Comcast is implementing a 350 gigabyte limit here in the States. And really this, in my opinion, at least when Comcast does it, this is a grab for power. This isn't about, oh, we don't have enough bits. We've got to conserve our bits. That's not the issue. They've already paid for the infrastructure. The internet data itself is cheap to them. This is all about saying, well, you better not use streaming on Comcast, you better pay for those premium channels on our cable. In fact, Comcast, they say, well, we have a streaming service, but that comes in over the cable portion. That's not the data, so we're not going to count that. It's so obviously anti-competitive. It's amazing to me that the FCC hasn't stepped in at this point. I don't know what's going on in the Philippines, and it's true in rural areas, maybe that you don't have the infrastructure, and they do have issues getting all that data to you. But there are ways that you could figure it out. Windows 10 has a way,
Windows 10 has a way. The problem with that is that it will only tell you on that machine. So it can tell you on that machine how much bandwidth that you've consumed.
Right.
What Chris is running into is he's starting to go over the cap with multiple machines. You've got tablets, you've got laptops, you've got a desktop.
Who doesn't these days?
Who doesn't? Yeah, everyone's got multiple devices.
Phones.
Luckily, there's a very easy and inexpensive way for you to start monitoring the amount of data that you use, both upload and download, and it's probably built into your router. Now, Chris, do you know what type of router you might be using?
It's actually provided by the ISP.
Of course it is.
I've checked the settings already, and I believe there's a way, but it doesn't give me the amount of details of information that I would like to check.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it. That's probably not so accurate.
Yeah.
Here's what I would do.
And that's
find yourself an inexpensive DDWRT compatible router.
Those are great, and they're cheap.
And they're super cheap. Even like a Linksys WRT54G, that's like a 10-year-old router. It will run this open source software. And what it will do, and actually we'll have this up on the stream so that people can see what it looks like. It has an interface that once you get into it, it will allow you to find out how much data you've both pushed out and brought in.
Here, should I give you this so we can see your screen?
Oh, they've got it on the TriCaster.
Oh, they're so smart.
Exactly. So it's going to be in status in your interface screen, and will allow you to actually break down by day and by month how much data that you've been pulling, and that is far, far, far more accurate than the number you're going to get off of your cable provider's router. So that's the easy way. So let me ask you. Do you want to do the non-easy way?
My way was
And
the
also-
easiest way, but
yeah.
it's only for one machine. You know, you
Yes.
go to the task manager, you hit Control-Alt-Delete, and you can actually see which applications are using bandwidth. And I think this doesn't require a router modification. It's certainly worth checking to see. I don't have any running apps, so I can't. But you can see when the apps are running how much bandwidth they're using. That would be worth at least monitoring that, right?
Right.
There's another thing you can do if you're using Wi-Fi, which is to tell the Wi-Fi this is a metered connection. Because one of the things Microsoft does, for instance, on non-metered connections, and yours definitely metered, is it will use you to help other people download Windows 10. It's kind of like a peer-to-peer
torrent,
sharing
yeah.
service. So your bandwidth may be being used by Microsoft to help other people download Windows 10 and the Windows 10 November update. So you definitely want to tell it, look, this is a metered connection, and on any machine that you've got that you could do that, I would do that at least, right?
Right. There is one other thing, though. See, that will give you aggregate. But if you wanted to find out what devices are using up all your bandwidth and what they're doing with it, so if you wanted to find out if it's Netflix or it's YouTube or Twitch that's sucking up all of your cap, you can run a very inexpensive setup using what's called Wireshark. It's a free software.
You're gonna make him use. Ooh,
Yes.
Now you're gonna be a pro hacker.
This
Chris.
is pro. This is completely free, and there's versions of this for Mac, for PC. So you find the version that you like. What you do need is you're going to need a tap. Now there's a couple of ways to do it. One is cheaply with something like this. This is an 8-port 10 megabit per second hub. Now what this will do is it will allow me to repeat the traffic to everything, so I can hook up another laptop to it, and it now can see all the traffic that flows between the network and outside.
So this you hook up to the router provided by your internet service provider.
Right, and then this to
the laptop,
your networks.
running Wireshark on one of the laptops on here?
Just one, right. And what that will give you, and again, we've got a video here that we're going to be showing to the stream so that you can see how it works, is since it's capturing all the traffic, not only will you be able to see exactly how much data every single
So
client
great.
is using,
This is the slick way to do it.
but you'll be able to see, did my son use 20 gigabits watching Netflix?
Right.
Or did my wife use 30 gigabytes looking at Facebook? Because it gives you all the destinations. So yeah, it's a little more complicated, but if you watch episode 84 of Know How, we did a step-by-step.
And you can see right there how it has all the information you need. Wireshark is a very useful tool.
So useful.
A lot of times you'll hear, in fact, people saying, oh, Windows 10 is phoning home. How do they find out? Wireshark, right?
Run it through a tap.
Yep, they're watching.
Listen in.
That's hardware that does it?
Oh, this is an expensive one. This is gigabit tap, so I can listen to everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A port aggregator
Port
tab.
aggregator tap. So Chris, which way do you think you're going to go?
I'll probably try the first option, and then if push comes to shove, I'll try the second option.
If you got.
I'm familiar with the Wireshark.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
If you're watching this show, we're going to assume that you're kind of geeky.
A lot.
A lot.
Hey, have you been to Antipolo City?
Of course.
Beautiful?
Wow.
Depends what time of year.
Yeah. A little
Yeah.
hot?
When it gets rainy or hot, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah. Well, next time you're there, you guys look up Chris.
I'll be by, Chris. Save me some what do I like? Oh, adobo. Do you make good adobo?
My wife makes a very good.
I bet she
I'll
does.
be
If
there.
she could paint that way, she could make. And I'll have some balut. Thank you very much.
No.
No, I won't. No. Hey, Chris, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Leo.
Take care.
Thank you, Robert.
See you later.
It's been a pleasure.
How do you say "see you soon" or geek on and Tagalog?
I just say mabuhay.
Mabuhay. I know that one.
There we go.
Take care. Mabuhay.
Bye bye.
See you
Thank
later. If you want to be on the show like Chris, it's easy. Here's how.
Need tech help? The new ScreenSavers are here with answers. Email your tech questions to newscreensavers@twit.tv.
I always love it when you do this show with me. Thank you for joining.